cue. He'd slip out of the DJ booth and join them, playing the role of the unofficial mayor of Maston, phony politician to the core, shaking hands, slapping backs, pouring free drinks. But don't get it twisted, he didn't give a fuck about any of them. They were just marks, dollar signs, that free drink. Just bait to get you to buy 2 or 3 more. He had his connections too. Rick James, Buffalo native, was one of his closest friends, supposedly. He'd roll up in his Excalibur, park it right on the sidewalk. A flashing sign, super freak in the house. O.J. Simpson and his Bills teammates were regulars. Teddy Pendergrass, Sister Sledge. Yeah, big names came through. Maybe if things were different, if my father wasn't a monster, I'd look back with some pride on being part of that scene. But as a little kid, working like a slave, living in fear, it meant nothing. Less than nothing. You're born with a moral compass, I believe that. Even at 6, 7, 8 years old, you know what's right and what's fundamentally fucked up. Living in that cyclone of terror and pain, you know deep down it doesn't have to be that way. That truth, it just sits there, a nagging splinter in your mind. You try to ignore it, push it down, but it's always there, throbbing beneath the surface as the days and nights blur into one long nightmare. Most nights, Skateland closed at 10 p.m. That's when our real work started. Cleaning, fishing bloody tampons out of overflowing toilets, airing out the weed smoke from the bathrooms, scraping gum off the rink floor, taking inventory, cleaning the concession stand grease traps. Midnight would roll around and we'd be half dead, collapsing onto the office sofa. Mom would tuck us in under a blanket, my brother and me head to foot, while the bass from the vermilion room upstairs shook the ceiling. But her night wasn't over. She was still on the clock. Trunnies would have her working the door at the bar or running downstairs to the basement to fetch more liquor like a mule. Always some menial task, always moving, while he held court in his corner, watching everything. Some nights stick out, still haunt me. Like the night Mom walked into the bar unexpectedly and found Dad sweet talking some young woman, one of his known prostitutes he ran across the border to Canada. Yeah, he pimped women out, used a cottage owned by a bank president as his pop-up brothel, got his loans approved easy that way. Mom knew who the girl was. Chapter 2. We landed in Brazil, Indiana with my grandparents. Small town, quiet, felt like we could finally breathe. And then Wilmoth Irving came into our lives. Wilmoth. He was the polar opposite of my father, met my mom when I was in 4th grade. He was a carpenter, a general contractor from Indianapolis. Easy smile, laid back. No violence in him, none of that coiled rage my father carried like a loaded gun. He was just there, stable. He gave my mom her smile back, a real one this time, not the terrified mask she used to wear. He made her stand taller, feel beautiful again. For me. He was the closest thing I ever had to a real father figure. Not the fake-ass sappy shit. He didn't coddle me, didn't tell me he loved me. But he showed up. He played basketball with me and my best friend Johnny Nichols. Taught me moves, defense, helped my jump shot. We spent holidays together. He gave us permission to exhale, to feel like maybe, just maybe, things could actually be okay. He even got down on one knee and asked my mom to marry him the summer before 8th grade. We were planning to move to Indianapolis with him. Looked like a fresh start, a real one. Then came December 26, 1989, the day after Christmas. Everything stopped. He'd spent Christmas Day with us. He had a basketball game in his men's league the next day, invited me to sub. I was hyped, packed my bag 2 days early. But that morning, he said I couldn't come. Gonna keep you back here this time, little David, he said. I was bummed, but you didn't question adults, not after where I came from. We watched him back out of the carport, gave us that crisp wave of his and drove off. Last time we ever saw him alive. He played his game, drove home alone to his place, the house with the white lions he always called it, pulled into the garage, never closed the door. They were waiting, staked him out for hours, shot him 5 times in the chest as he got out of his car. Then stood over him and put one right between his eyes, execution style. His father found him the next morning. Wilmoth was 43. My grandmother got the call. I saw her face, knew it was bad. She motioned me over, broke the news. My first thought, my mom. He was her savior, her ticket out of the darkness we'd lived in. She was finally starting to open up, to believe again. What would this do to her? Would God ever give her a fucking break? Rage just exploded inside me. I punched the refrigerator, left a dent. Still there, probably. We drove to find Mom. She was already frantic, hadn't heard from him. She called his house just as we arrived. A detective answered, confusion on her face. My grandmother took the phone, sat her down, denial first. Wilmoth was a prankster, maybe it was a sick joke. Then she remembered. He'd been shot 2 months earlier, grazed. Told her it wasn't meant for him, some mistake. She'd buried it, believed him. Now, the truth hit her like a freight train. He had a secret life, one she knew nothing about. Police never found out why. Shady business deal. Drug deal gone bad. Didn't matter. He was gone. She packed a bag, included a funeral dress, still numb. We got to his house. Yellow police tape everywhere like some fucked up Christmas ribbon. My mom ducked under it. I followed. Glanced towards the garage. Saw the pool of his blood, cold on the concrete floor. I was 14, walking through an active murder scene. Nobody, not Mom, not his family, not the cops seemed to notice or care. Just another piece of the fucked up scenery. They let Mom stay in his house that night. Can you believe that shit? Her brother-in-law stayed too, armed in case the killers came back. Me. I wound up alone in a back bedroom at Wilmoth's sister's place miles away. Dark, spooky house. Old cabinet TV, 13 channels, only 3 came in clear through the static. Local news ran the same damn footage on a loop every 30 minutes. Mom and me ducking under the police tape. Wilmoth being wheeled out on a gurney, sheet over his body. Horror show. Sat there all night alone, watching it over and over. My mind just skipping, stuck in the darkness. The past was bleak, the future just got blown the fuck up. No escape, just this choking reality. Fear filled the room and I couldn't stop watching, couldn't stop feeding it. We buried Wilmoth. New Year came. Went back to school in Brazil, still grieving, head spinning. Mom was a ghost, emotionally vacant again. Like all the old pain just swallowed her whole. She hadn't even cried yet. School was supposed to be normal, but how could anything be normal? That first bus ride back, this memory I'd buried flooded back. A year before, sitting in my usual spot over the back wheel. Bus pulls up to school. Cute little kid, maybe 6 years old, runs towards the bus, platter of cookies in his hands for the driver. Driver doesn't see him. Bus jerks forward. Saw the mom's face twist in horror before the impact. Blood splattered my window. Her scream, primal animal, pulling her own hair out. Sirens. Later, walking off the bus, morbid curiosity pulled my eyes under the carriage. Saw the kid, head flat like paper. Brains and blood mixed with oil on the asphalt. I hadn't thought about it for a year. Wilmoth's death dug it up. Now it was all I could think about. Death tragedy piling up, ready to swallow me whole. Nothing mattered, sleep, forget it. Mom slept in her armchair, TV blasting or a book in her hands. I'd try my bed, wake up curled in a ball on the floor every night. Eventually, I just gave up. Slept on the floor. Figured if I could find comfort at the bottom, there was nowhere left to fall. We needed a fresh start, even without Wilmoth. Moved to Indianapolis anyway. Mom got me into Cathedral High private prep school. Cheated on the entry exam naturally. Got put in all AP classes. Made the freshman basketball team, started point guard on one of the best teams in the state. Confidence boost, right? Wrong. It was fool's gold because I knew I was a fraud academically. Plus, it cost too much. After 1 year, Mom pulled the plug. Sophomore year, North Central High. Public school, 4,000 kids, majority black. Showed up first day looking like some preppy white kid. Tight jeans, collared shirt tucked into a braided belt. Got laughed at hard. Only thing that saved me, I could ball. That year became about being cool. Baggy clothes, hip-hop culture, hanging with gangbangers, skipping school. Mom came home one day, found me with 10 thugs, she called them, sitting around our table. Wasn't wrong. Few weeks later, packed us up, moved us back to Brazil, Indiana. Back to the sticks. Enrolled at Northview High the week of basketball tryouts. Walked into the cafeteria at lunch, place was packed. 1,200 kids, maybe 5 of them black. Last time they saw me, I looked like them, not anymore. I rolled in wearing pants 5 sizes too big, sagged low. Oversized Bulls jacket, backward hat cocked to the side. Music stopped. Every eye on me. Teacher, students, staff, staring like I was some alien creature, the first thug they'd ever seen up close. Needles scratching across the record. I strutted through like I didn't give a fuck, but I did. It was all a lie. Cocky entrance, brash attitude, but inside, insecure as hell. Going back there, it was tough. Buffalo was fire. Brazil was the incubator for my PTSD. Indy was supposed to be the escape. Made friends, found a style. Now back in Brazil, I look different, but inside, same